Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Kim. Today is Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023, our first podcast of the new year. And we begin with California bracing for the second round of a bruising 1-2 winter weather wallop. A storm is set to arrive late tonight or early tomorrow, bringing with it up to 8 more inches of rain. That's bad enough, but worse because it comes right on the heels of an historic New Year's Eve drenching and the mudslides, flooding, and evacuations that followed. In the mountains, that rain was snow, several feet of it, and is apparently to blame for sending Marvel's superhero Hawkeye to the hospital. A neighbor says actor Jeremy Renner was plowing a road near his home in North Lake Tahoe when the snowcat rolled over his leg. He was airlifted to a local trauma center and is reportedly in critical but stable condition. The holiday meltdown by Southwest may be gone, but it's certainly not forgotten. Bags separated from travelers when the airline canceled thousands of flights still haven't found their way back home. In a tweet responding to a customer, Southwest said it remains inundated with baggage to reunite with their owners, but leave it to a teacher from Tampa, Florida to cut through some of the confusion and red tape. While looking for her own lost luggage in a pile of thousands, Brittany Lubier-Vervish began texting flyers whose bag tags included phone numbers. According to Business Insider, she sent about 50 messages. "I'm a teacher. I help people. That's what I do," she said. "If everybody does something, it can have a ripple effect." He's only 16 but has already punched his ticket to play for Real Madrid. Brazil's Endrick Felipe is so famous in the soccer world that he's now recognizable by just one name, Endrick. And even though FIFA's rules state that the striker can't step on the pitch for his new team until he turns 18, that didn't stop the signing frenzy among Europe's biggest clubs. In fact, it's been called the biggest negotiation in the history of Brazilian football. Endrick started playing when he was just 4 and first caught the eye of scouts by posting YouTube videos. And while Brazilians celebrate Endrick as their next great soccer star, they're also mourning the loss of their first. Pele, the only player to ever win 3 World Cups, died last week at the age of 82. A funeral procession will wind through his hometown today. 2 other notable world figures also passed during the holidays. Pope Benedict XVI died last Saturday at 95. He was known as God's Rottweiler for his strict enforcement of church policy, but will be best remembered for becoming the first pope in nearly 600 years to resign his post. The year was 2013, and he said at the time that his health couldn't keep up with the job. He was succeeded by Pope Francis. Benedict's funeral is Thursday. And farewells are in the works for a ceiling-shattering, trailblazing broadcast journalist. Barbara Walters worked behind the cameras as a writer for The Today Show before becoming its first female host. She then pulled up an anchor chair on the evening news at ABC. Also a first for a woman on any U.S. network. Walters went on to interview presidents, world leaders, and all the biggest names in sports and entertainment before retiring in 2014. As Oprah Winfrey posted in a tribute, "Without Barbara Walters, there wouldn't have been me, nor any other woman you see on evening, morning, and daily news." Ms. Walters was 93. Funeral services are pending. In other KidNuz notes, you have to have it to lose it. In November of 2021, SpaceX, Tesla, and Twitter CEO Elon Musk was worth $340 billion. He's now down to just $137 billion, making him the first person in history to lose $200 billion in wealth. The reason is mostly due to Tesla's sagging stock price, but his recent purchase of Twitter didn't help his bottom line. And the battle for the best in college football is less than a week away, and taking the field will be the defending champion Bulldogs of Georgia versus the Horned Frogs of TCU. Both won epic playoff games on New Year's Eve. Game day for the national championship is next Monday. That's it for Kid News this morning. Now our Kid News quiz, generously sponsored today by the Skoranek family of Durham, North Carolina, to say a big belated happy birthday to Lila, who turned 9 over winter break and is listening right now with her sister Edith as they make their way to Ephesus Elementary School in Chapel Hill. Have a great day, girls. Now today's quiz. Which Marvel actor was injured in a real-life snowplow accident? Jeremy Renner, who plays Hawkeye. How old is Brazil's newest soccer sensation? Endrick is 16 and he's just signed to play with Real Madrid. Elon Musk lost how much wealth since 2021? $200 billion, more than anyone in history. Which 2 college football teams will play in the national championship? Georgia and TCU. In today's Kid News Kicker, a quarterback for the Buccaneers who does not go by the name Tom Brady made headlines for heroism over the holidays. Brady's backup, Blaine Gabbert, was jet skiing in Tampa Bay when a chopper lost power, dropped into the water, and broke apart. Mr. Gabbert and his brother zipped over and helped get Hunter Hupp, his mom, dad, and the pilot safely to shore. The family didn't know one of their rescuers was something of a celebrity, but as Hunter told reporters, "My mom said she was hoping to meet Tom Brady while we were down here. I think she came pretty darn close." Mr. Gabbert was casual about his courage and says he was just in the right place at the right time. Thanks again to the Skoranek family of Durham, North Carolina for supporting Kid News by sponsoring today's quiz. A shout out to winter break birthday girl Lila, and hello to Lila's teachers, Ms. Alston and Ms. Pearsall, and all her friends at Ephesus in Chapel Hill. We also want to recognize our other Kid News classrooms, starting with Mrs. Xanatakis and her Hawks at Frank H. Hammond in Munster, Indiana, to California for Miss Games and her Eagles at Mary B. Lewis Elementary in Bloomington, and Mrs. Quintanar in Palm Desert, Mrs. Kristen homeschooling in Columbus, Mississippi, and Ms. Cropper and her Panthers at Spicewood Elementary in Austin, Texas. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you back here for more Kid News tomorrow morning.